Welcome to another InWheelTime podcast. Welcome to the InWheelTime Car Talk Show. Just ahead, we're going to talk to Richard Tomlin about his Wrench Rally 3.
All right.
Detroit to College Station. I'm going to revert.
What could go wrong there?
Yeah, I'll review the Bronco Strope edition. Plus, Jeff has this week's Motor Minute just ahead on the InWheelTime Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Dziekan. And to my right over here, the infamous who let us borrow his beautiful, neat garage. What is it, David?
If he had his headset on, he could talk to you.
He's looking at you to pot him up.
You can turn that music down
Okay.
and get out of my garage.
Well, that's not going to happen.
Well,
Now, I will say this, that you could cut us off and go, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Something
Blew the
happened.
breaker.
Blew the breaker.
Or when your son comes home and hits the garage door.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I should have turned that off.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. Well, so Richard Tomlin, I guess it was Richard. We're going to find out. Richard, are you there? Good morning to you, sir.
I had him there.
Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, good. It's good. It's good to see you. Good to hear you. We're going to pull your picture up here so everybody can see
There he
you.
is.
There he is. Richard, was you that came up with the wrench
You
rally?
should hear me now, loud and clear.
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. So, was it you that came up with the wrench rally?
Do not know.
I don't think he can hear us. He can't
He
hear
must
us.
not
it's
be
on
able
his
to hear
end.
us.
Yeah.
David, would you work with Mr. Tomlin here and hopefully get him on the air with us? We can hear
I'm there. I thought.
Can you hear us?
Now I can hear you back.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
So are you
we
coming
never
on Red Rally
left.
3,
You're back.
Don? Like, are we going to do this?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
I'm glad to get you to commit.
So I'm not going to be on the rally, but I'm asking you, were you the one that came up with the wrench rally?
Correct. We were sitting around having beer and a good time and watching old Roadkill and Top Gear and Cannonball Run, and we said we should do something like that. And that was 2022. We got the next morning and called a bunch of friends, and within a month we had created Wrench Rally. We flew to Seattle. Everybody bought cars for $1,500, and we bonsai'd back to Houston in 2.5 days. And we found out that was a little too much, so we've slowed the pace down. And originally we were donating the cars to single mothers when we got back to town, and now we are working with Drive for the Cure. All the money we raise this year will be going to Parkinson's research. So it's going to be
very
pretty
good.
entertaining.
So explain to everybody exactly how this works.
Well, we all jump on planes. We fly to this time it'll be to Detroit. Some of us will drive up there. We have a service truck that runs behind us, so I'll drive up there. But basically, you show up when you want. If it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever, you buy your vehicle Wednesday. You show up. We basically inspect the vehicle, make sure it's good. We've got a cap of $2,250 this year. Go out and buy a vehicle. We verify that you paid that much for it. If you go over that budget, then you immediately donate that right to charity. No problem. You can get a better vehicle if you want. But the purpose of this is to get something that forces you to learn a little bit, to wrench on a car, to work with somebody on repairing a car. And in the end, once we've done 4 days traveling across the great United States and around Route 66, that we can sell on eBay Motors or Cars and Bids, and then all that money gets donated directly to the charity. So this is about going out having fun with friends on the road, and then selling a car at the end for charity, and then going home with a road trip to tell for a lifetime.
Give me some examples of cars that you can purchase for $2,200. This ought to
We
be
have
good.
found 4-wheel drive 7.3 turbo diesel ambulances in Detroit running and driving for $2,000.
With the body
You
still
talk
in
about
it.
Cannonball Run, that is the perfect vehicle.
Is the gurney still in the back?
Yeah.
There is no gurney, but there is a couch so the co-driver could sleep on, right?
Huh.
And this is a team event.
Yes. So the reason it's a team event is we run what it's called a gimmick rally. So I tell you, day one, we're going from Detroit to Louisville, Kentucky. That morning, when you leave, I will hand you a sheet with 18 to 25 riddles of things that when you solve the riddle, it will tell you where you should go. And then you will drive there and you will get a picture with your team, your vehicle, and your sign, because some people are very creative with Photoshop, to verify that they're actually at the location. Um, and then you solve more puzzles and go to the next one. And eventually you will end up in Louisville. Now, when you get to Louisville, you have a before and after. So if I tell you you got to be there at 6, you show up 5:54, you're too early. You show up at 6:06, you're late. So you have a 10-minute window to arrive at our location that night. And with 16 to 17 teams, it ends up being a little over an hour and a half of the range of people showing up. So it's there's a lot of gimmick to it, a lot of fun, and going to get you in some spots that you've never seen and never done. You guys were talking about AI earlier. That's kind of the nemesis for us on this rally. We
Yeah.
wish we could take people away. So there's been a lot of time and effort put into trying to make really good riddles that even AI cannot solve. A lot of Google Maps, using Street View to find interesting things to go look at and see. And, if I get you to stop at 15 spots a day, days, I've created a story that you will tell for lifetime. The service vehicle is behind Chase with 3 competent mechanics. In case anything happens, you've got somebody to fall back on. We got a rule that we call the Kansas rule. If you see another team that's broken down beside the road, you're required to stop and render service to them, help them get to a parts store, take care of things. It's not that serious of an event, but it is that serious because in the end, we're helping research for Parkinson's this year.
And when you get to Louisville, or each night stop,
Right.
and you get there, you get all checked in. Yeah, everybody's here now. Isn't there something going on that evening?
We usually have a dinner, a get together, maybe some adult beverages happen. Depends on where we're at. Some of the Chamber of Commerce's bring a lot of local businesses out. We've had some the actual little car shows that happened, which was entertaining because cars are not that pretty. Some of them are pretty nice, and you're amazed they got it for the price they did. Actually, the car did it twice. They found a 1997 Lincoln limousine, white limousine, and it actually did both of the first 2 wrench rallies, and now it's at some off-road park in Dallas with 44-inch tires on it. So
Oh,
some of the
nice.
vehicles are crazy. Some of them are very basic. A lot of minivans, quite a few of the later model BMWs get chosen just for reliability. We've had a couple Mercedes. There's just fun stuff. Detroit has a lot of Cadillacs, though. We are finding those
Oh, yeah.
60s
How
and
about
70s
school
Cadillacs.
buses? Are school buses
Yeah,
allowed? Yeah.
yeah, that we can
Can-
sell to help raise money. That's the goal, and you're going to be stuck in it for 3.5 days. So
So this is a combination of a gumball rally and a lemons race.
kind of, yeah, kind of. We've talked to the guys that the Gumball that Gambler 500, the off-road guys. They actually may be partaking with us this year on Wrench Rally because theirs is now about cleaning up the environment and off-road world. So they're talking about coming out and helping us with Parkinson's. But Gambler 500 is another one that people compare it to. But this is on road. We behave. We obey the laws. We meet a lot of new friends and make new acquaintances and places to go and see things too. Every time we go out, there's something new that's added to the event.
They need to get the hot rod boys
I'm
involved.
thinking right now that we should really attempt, the 3 of us,
I'm
to
telling you.
maybe to join you, because I guess the appealing thing is I never even considered an ambulance, but as long as
awesome.
as long as I can work the wee woo lights and the siren, I'm in.
That might get you in some trouble, Don. It might.
We'll have some IVs of adult beverages lined up back there.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah, see,
there we
that's
go.
why we need to have Jeff involved. Right. And because everybody will want to wind up getting a ride in the ambulance, at least for a short while.
Yeah.
Right.
And I've had plenty of IVs in my life.
Yeah. And
This one-
and Mars,
He could drive.
he could drive, and we could worry about tires and curbs later.
Well, that would help us make our time because we have to stop and change the tires after we hit the curbs. And
We could get a hearse. A hearse would be another good one.
The other
yeah.
the other good thing about this, Richard, is the fact that we can actually now do a live broadcast rolling down the
Down
street.
the road.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I'm thinking that this is something that we could work with maybe perhaps our good friend John Gray over at Gulf Coast Auto Shield to sponsor us. And, we could get a wrap on it. We could put all sorts of things on the side of it because there's a lot of billboard space on the side of that.
Tell you, it's
And
like
we
a
need
lemons.
David to sit up in the back. He can be sitting back there being the engineer.
And let me tell you something about David. And you don't know this, but I will tell you that back when he and I worked together at a radio station, that he actually went on a ship, a passenger ship, and caught the ship outside of London and actually took the ship and did a live broadcast with the then Doug Johnson, the weatherman.
Mm-hmm.
And this was before you could keep the satellite and
geographic.
yeah, everything all
synced up.
David managed to do that. So if he can do that, he can do the Wrench Rally 3 and keep us on the air for days on end.
So now, when does this start again, Richard? Because I'm thinking with all the stuff with, like you said, the AI and pulling phones.
Yeah.
If you get up there maybe a week ahead of time and really scope out them 25, 50 cars and get a deal and, hey, something under the table.
Yeah. Well, there are teams that have already purchased vehicles that are in storage in Detroit already.
Oh, wow.
Found them on Facebook Marketplace, made the deal. They trust what the people are saying. They trust the vehicle is going to be there when they get there. And that's how the game works. So there's already vehicles that have been secured. Other people will show up the day of because the thrill of the hunt is one thing, and the pressure of getting it back to inspection by 6 p.m. is always fun. But yeah, so the other kicker for me this year is this is the 100th anniversary of Route 66.
Right.
So we get to do some of the Appalachian roads, and then we'll get to do some Route 66 tour as well. We'll drop down from Louisville, Kentucky, down to Hot Springs, Arkansas. Then we'll go into Possum Kingdom Lake, and then into Bryan College Station. So some great back roads, no interstate allowed. Interstate automatically gets points deducted. Even if you are behind, you're not allowed to take the interstate. That's not what we're here for.
Why Bryan College Station? Is this a joke on the Aggies or something?
No, just a new place to go. There's some
I
good
see.
roads around there that we enjoy, and I had some really good gimmick things for people to find there. And coming into Houston has proven to be challenging at 5 o'clock on a Sunday.
Yeah.
So we decided to go to Bryan, and we'll terminate it there that night. We'll spend a bunch of us will spend the night there at the Stella Hotel is where we're going to end at, and it'll be a good ending. That's also Mike Satterfield's home with the Gentleman Racer, where we run Grossbeck Grand Prix out of, which is also our Victoria event in April. So
Where is the starting point in Detroit?
So there's a couple old factories that I'm talking with. We've sent some emails to city management because there are abandoned.
Yep.
It's not like we need them very long, but we're trying to get some epic photos to come out of there. But there's a couple old factories that we're
Yeah,
looking
there's
at.
more than a couple, but yeah, you got
This
your
is what I've been
choice.
told.
Yeah.
So it should be an awesome time. So much of this is made purely out of fun. That's what we're doing, and if we've got the opportunity to help people while we're having fun, it makes it an even better experience.
Very cool.
I'm excited for
Yeah.
this one. Now,
What's the dates again?
Some of the back roads are crazy. February 25th will be the team meeting in Detroit. We will roll out that next morning, Thursday morning, the 26th.
I'm not going to let Mars try to attempt to pronounce this, but the Ouachita Mountains, Route 66 influences, tribal nation regions, sunset arrival at Possum Kingdom Lake, that all speaks to us, and it just so happens to be on Saturday, February the 28th, Possum Kingdom Lake. That would be the ultimate goal of getting there. Maybe perhaps we can speak with you while you're on the road if you have cell service.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. We'll have cell service. We're not that far off the main roads, but we
You
are
know
off
what
the
you-
main roads.
You could use this as a Valentine's gift to your loved one. Say, hey, we're going to Detroit and we're going to be in a car rally at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And,
have a
and,
really good wife.
and we're going to go to the Ouachita Mountains.
Yeah. And we're starting in Detroit.
And we're starting in Detroit.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine that was inmate of the month at county in Detroit one time.
Maid of the month.
Inmate.
Inmate of the month.
Oh, inmate.
Inmate of the month.
See,
at the county.
see where my
I
mind
never
went.
want that award. Never.
No, none of us do. But Jeff knows people.
I got
So
a guy.
there's that. Well, this sounds like tons of fun. So is there a website or something you can go to and keep up with you guys?
Yep. So you just go to my Apex Autoworks TX .com, and on there it'll have a little link that'll say Wrench Rally, and from there you apply. We want to know who you are and what you're doing and why you're there, because there are legal implications with what we're doing, and we can't get a bunch of yahoos out there messing it up for the rest of us. So
Yahoos.
we approve
I guess we're not
something.
invited.
We're not.
That's why
We're out.
That's why we're postponing our next trip with you guys
Yeah.
till next year, because we don't want to be classified in the Yahoo
Yeah.
department.
And then you got
Yeah,
the Chihuahua
you guys will be fine.
run.
Yeah, the Chihuahua run. Well, Richard, best of luck to you. We will be talking to you, Mr. Morris. We ought to put that down on February 28th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Well, 25th, February 25th, and then
well,
they
I know,
leave
but
on the
the
26th.
I know, but the Saturday,
Saturday.
Saturday
for our show.
broadcast. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, see what we can cook up something.
Okay.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right. Well, best of luck, brother, and good luck
Appreciate
on
it.
that ambulance run.
We'll see
Yeah.
you soon.
Thank you. All right.
You bet.
Take care.
Oh, that would be
Oh
so
my
much
gosh,
fun.
that would be, wouldn't it? Hey, just ahead, a review of the Ford Bronco Strope Edition, plus Jeff's Motor Minute, when the InWheelTime Car Talk Show continues after this.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good.
Make a splash. Live the dream. It all happens at the Houston Automotive Show at NRG Center. Check out classic autos to today's cars and trucks. Experience off-road adventures with Polaris, Ram, and Camp Jeep. Explore 5 acres of the newest sport boats, fishing boats, and much more. It's all here, from the open road to the open water. If it thrills you, you'll find fun for the whole family. Get your tickets now. The Houston Automotive Show. Making waves and fueling adventure.
Yep.
We are fueling adventure, aren't we? Hey, we invite you to join us for our live InWheelTime Car Talk Show every Saturday, 10 to noon Central, on the InWheelTime.com website, YouTube, and Facebook. Be sure and check us out. It's free. And don't forget, 30-minute podcasts of our shows can be had from your favorite podcast store. Okay, time now for Jeff's Motor Minutes.
I've got questions to start conversations about a car. Do you have a name for your car?
No.
No name?
No.
You got
No.
a name for your car?
Nope.
Okay, we're going to move on then. If you could live the life of any professional motorsports driver, who would you trade places with? I'm thinking
Brownie Allison.
Mario Andretti for me.
I was
O-
thinking
open
Jay
wheel.
Leno, but he's not really a race car driver.
Well, okay. Then, and this goes out to the folks out there listening too, because we can chime in on the internet. If you could add one single driving law across the nation, what would that rule be? And you could make it mandatory for the road. I suggest driving naked.
Really?
Yeah. What would you do?
I don't know.
Vinyl seats,
Leather
seats.
I don't want to.
Drive naked.
I don't want to see most people naked.
No, even if it's just from the neck up.
I don't know.
If you
I
could
don't even
have-
want to have those thoughts.
If you have one person as a chauffeur, who would you hire for the job? And remember, they're naked. No, I'm just. Who would you hire to be a chauffeur?
That would definitely make a difference in who I would hire.
I would think Jeff Gordon would be a good chauffeur.
Yeah.
Because
He
I
would- he
remember,
would
I
be
remember
fine.
that. I remember that video where he took that poor salesman on
Yeah.
a
Oh,
race
that's-
ride.
And he started that trend of that,
Yeah,
too.
that was good. I like
What's
that.
your
was
favorite
good.
car movie?
Eastbound and Down.
Really?
Loaded up and trucking. Yeah.
Okay. Mine would be Bullet.
I'd have to go with Bullet too. It's not really a car movie, but that car is
Right.
just-
Exactly. But do you know, speaking of Bullet, do you know there was a movie called 7 Ups? with Gene Hackman. It was about a
Yes.
New York cop
Yep.
driving through the streets. The soundtrack of the Mustang and Bullitt, all the shifting and all that stuff, was actually used in the movie 7 Ups. They just
Really?
took that audio and put it in there, yeah. And it's also been in several other movies as well. And the gentleman that drove the Charger in the Bullitt movie,
Yeah.
he was actually the stunt driver for that car, and he did other stunts as well with different
Yeah,
movies. car
he
movies.
worked with Steve McQueen a
Yeah,
lot.
a lot.
Yeah,
So
they were buddies.
So, anyways, that's a motor minute. So if
That
you
was
think
the
of-
same guy that went into the gas station and blew
Yep.
everything up, and
Yep.
he died
Yep.
and all that.
Kind of
Yep,
laying
the other guy
out there
was
at the
shooting
end with the
guns.
fire and all
Yep.
that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Yep.
We need another new good car movie, don't we? You know, Gone in 60 Seconds. That was a great movie.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Never really got into that.
And the original Gumball Rally was pretty good. Then they hammed it up when they made too much stuff in it. Too many people.
Yep.
It wasn't
And
very
you,
good.
You talked about what was the movie you talked about? The
About
Two-lane blacktop or
no
something.
Eastbound and
Eastbound
Down.
and Down?
Yeah, we saw that movie when we were on the hot rod tour.
Yeah.
At the drive-in. Yeah, very good.
it was good.
And Richard Tomlin needs to get a hold of them boys out there and go on that rally.
Okay.
Get some cases of Coors while you're at it.
Yeah, they could do that too. That would be the
There
Yeah,
you
that,
go.
when I was in high school, that was the big thing.
It was.
Because you could not buy Coors in the state of Texas.
And
And we went on a road trip, me and my buddies, my hot rod buddies, back in high school. We went on a road trip to Oklahoma, where Ross was from. We went up there, and we decided that Kansas wasn't that far away. So somebody made a run to Kansas and bought Coors beer and brought it back, put it in the bathtub with a lot of ice. Never drank one of them.
it's called bootlegging.
Well, whatever.
Yep.
But we did that.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
very good.
Time now for this hour's car review. I had the opportunity, and it was a good opportunity, to drive a 2025 Ford Bronco. But it's just not an everyday regular Bronco. Although the Bronco itself is really a cool vehicle, I will say that. Final assembly location, Michigan Assembly, Wayne, Michigan. You've been there, driven by.
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, Mars, did you go to Michigan Assembly with me? At the time, they were building Ford F-150 pickup trucks. Anyway, so this is where they build the Ford Bronco. Available trim levels: the base, the Big Bend, the Outer Banks, the Badlands, Heritage Edition, the Strope Edition, and the Raptor. I had the Strope two-door edition. Very special vehicle. I'll tell you about it in just a minute. Small SUV. This was the two-door version. It seats 5 people. It's a red, white, and blue paint job, and it is patterned after the famous Strope fella that actually did the big rally stuff back in the day that made a name for the Ford Bronco, off-road stuff. And so they've kind of recreated that in many ways. I was really hoping, as you can see here, exterior features and interior
Yeah,
features.
yeah.
I see I drove the line through there.
Yeah.
Why did I draw the line through there,
'Cause
Mars? Because I was going to have a great video that I was going to play that explained everything about Mr. Strope and
Absolutely.
the Strope Edition. And it had video on it, the whole 9 yards. It was a 5-minute long video. And I thought, well, this will be a great addition to my car review. Well, guess what?
It's not happening.
Thank you, Ford Motor Company, to putting it up on YouTube that we couldn't download it. Jacked up. So it's got a 2.7-liter EcoBoost V6 that turns out 330 horsepower, 415 pound-feet of torque
Wow.
through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Tow rating's $3,500, but 3,500 pounds, but that's not what you want it for.
No.
17 miles per gallon city, 18 on the highway, because it is a hot rod. It has a combined rating of 18. I got 18.4 miles per gallon over 342.8 miles. What I liked, the power and the transmission work very well together.
Good to
and
know.
most of the time, when I say something about the motor and the transmission, they don't talk to each other.
Right.
But this one, oh yeah, baby, they got this one down. It's like I said with the Ford Maverick. You know, when it comes to Ford Motor Company, they know how to build pickup trucks. And this is kind of an extension to that. And this Strope Edition has all of the off-road features. What could use improvement? Absolutely nothing. Love the paint job. Got tons of thumbs up with the red, white, and blue paint scheme on this thing. Ride and handling, not as bouncy as you'd think with this short wheelbase.
Really?
Yeah, it's not, because the travel and the shocks and the springs is great, so we can handle that off-road bouncy stuff.
Okay.
So lots of suspension travel. I want you to go to YouTube and look up Ford Bronco Strope Edition, because we can't play it for you here. Golly.
Gee whiz.
It's not your fault. I'm not blaming you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the media website that Ford has come up with for us media folks to use as a tool to show these things to you has been hijacked by somebody, I guess, that Ford contracted with. So I'm just griping, and I've got a right to. Base trim price, $77,630.
Okay.
You're going, oh my God, that's
Yeah.
huge. Prices tested, $77,665. Now the base model Bronco price is $38,995. Got the GOAT mode, all that good stuff. Now, what are you going to compare it to? Obviously, Jeep Wrangler. It starts at $32,095. I thought I would go outside the box and look at some other vehicles that you may or may not have heard of, because in this group of vehicles, I picked the Scout Traveler.
Okay.
It doesn't come out until 2028. It's under $60,000 is what they're shooting for. My guess is 2 years out, they're not going to make that. That's an all-electric Scout version called the Scout Traveler. You remember the name. Then we have the Subaru Outback, and you're going, well, how could he compare that to it? Well, you know, that off-road edition that they have, I think
it's a Wilderness. Is that what
the
it is?
Subaru was pretty strong in that market.
Yeah, it was. $34,995. We got tons of thumbs up with this thing, riding down the road, going into parking lots. Hey, man, can I see that? Yes, you can. The paint job resonates with everyone. And I would not have thought that, but boy, it does. And what Ford did was they took the paint job from the Strope family that did the racing back in the day, and they got real close to the same colors. And it's just a really cool vehicle.
And it depends on where you put those colors, how you put that on the body of the vehicle to make it look good. Because sometimes putting that together, you make it look too busy and gaudy.
Yeah, well, it was really cool, and really enjoyed it. And thank the Ford Motor Company and Ken Peabody in Dallas for sending that to me, because I had lots of fun with that, and unfortunately couldn't play the video for you. You know what? We need to really try and get that video somehow, some way, and play it on a random show coming up, because it's that good. Gives you the whole story behind the Stropes. All right. Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, send us an email. The address here is info@InWheelTime.com. We are back after this quick break. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. Apple or Android, InWheelTime podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give InWheelTime a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on InWheelTime. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon, through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists. That's it for this podcast episode of the InWheelTime Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook,
YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.